Okay, so we have a bit of a problem and I need your guys' help, so I'm making today's video to ask for it. So let me start from the beginning. When I built this 2,000-gallon aquarium, I already had the stocking in mind and knew exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to house my freshwater stingrays and my large Asian arowana buddy. Now, any further stocking after that was going to have to revolve around the initial plan. So it had to get along with the rays and it had to get along with the Asian arowana. Now, you guys know Frank here, the flower horn. I added him to the tank because I knew he would do okay in this tank for a couple of reasons. Even though he's a flower horn and they tend to be extremely aggressive, I knew that the Asian arowana buddy would keep him in line. Meaning that Buddy's the boss of the tank and the flower horn kind of has to answer to him, so he's not going to act too out of hand. With that said, I was kind of tying my hands behind my back. I was limiting future stocking options. Everything's going to have to get along with him. But then there was that freak accident with Buddy where he jumped and he injured himself, eventually passing a few days later. What happened next was extremely interesting, you see. The stingrays acted no differently. If they can't get something in their mouth, they're gonna leave it alone. They might pin it up against the glass and mouth it. They're just a curious little creature. With that said, with Buddy gone and Frank not having somebody to keep him in line, cute little Buddy doing his little tricks also has other things he likes to do, and that is be a flower horn. Now, flower horns are a hybrid, and they're made up of some of the most aggressive cichlids in the hobby. What does that mean? They have a really mean streak. And without anybody keeping him in line, I've already seen him kind of taking a swipe at the rays. Now, I've already mentioned before, with Buddy gone, the tank is going to evolve and change, and we're going to go with the flow with this one. But if I leave Frank in here, it leaves me with two possible scenarios. One, I leave the stocking extremely limited. Not a whole lot is going to get along with the dominant flower horn. Of course, I could put in a bunch of mean and aggressive and other dominant fish, but it's just going to end up being a tank of constant destruction and fish beat up and my rays being attacked and so forth, and I don't want that happening. But it also truly restricts what I can stock this aquarium with, and I have some really awesome ideas that I want to do, and simply put, they don't mix with Frank. So Frank has to go. Now, you guys know some of the other fish that are coming into this tank. For example, I just introduced you to my new pearl female stingray the other day. She is too small to come into this tank right away, but she is going in here eventually. No problem, she'll be in there with other rays. I'm also waiting on a bunch of other really cool fish that are gonna go in this tank, and you guys are going to love them, but that could be another week or so, or maybe even longer. I am having a few problems with that. However, you guys also know about my ultimate blood red Asian arowana. I know a lot of focus has been on Buddy, and other people have been asking me, are you going to get another Asian arowana? That probably just new to the channel and they don't know that I already have another Asian arowana and I've had him for months. That fish will be coming in the 2,000-gallon aquarium eventually as well. But it got me to thinking, if I move Frank out of here, couldn't the Asian arowana come in here right away? Originally, I wasn't going to add it because it was too small to get along with Buddy. And it's too small to go in with the flower horn because the flower horn is just going to beat it up and possibly kill it. So I'm left in a predicament, and I need to know what you guys think. We'll start out with Frank. Frank is definitely being moved. I told you guys yesterday that I have 4 of these tanks set up right now. They're actually all running. There's no lighting on them right now, but you guys can get a good idea. This here is going to be a Lake Tanganyika tank. The fish for this tank are here. I can add these guys in any day now. The top tank is going to be Malawi. I don't have any fish for that right now, but I'm totally okay with running it empty as we, fully break the system in with just having the bottom tank stocked. This tank over here, you guys will remember, I was going to put the Asian arowana in it. I was also going to put that little stingray in there as well, just to grow them out. However, the Asian arowana doesn't have to go in here anymore. If I move Frank, it can go in here right away. The top tank, I think I'm going to put Frank in there for the time being. Time being meaning that he's only going to be up there for a month or two, and I think what I want to do is build him his own tank and put it in the house, maybe put it in my bedroom, and kind of turn him into an indoor fish, like an indoor pet. Oh, I should also add that the fish for this system are here as well. They came in a little bit smaller than I was anticipating though, so I haven't set this racking system up yet, but it should only take me maybe a day or two to do so. However, the fish that are here for this tank, which is very, very exciting, They came in a little bit smaller than I was anticipating, so I'm gonna grow them out a little bit more before we add them to this tank, but we do have time. Top tank is empty as well. All of these systems, I still need a lot of work done, and I'm going to show you a lot of how I did it and everything about them here shortly, but right now we truly need to address the situation at hand. Now I know what some of you guys are thinking, why put the Asian arowana in here when you already had a problem with an Asian arowana in here before? And I can't, allow myself to let a freak accident like that stop me from doing anything in the future. It would be similar to, walking down the street and getting struck by lightning, so you never walk down the street again. I mean, it's a freak accident, things happen, and the course of events that took place, the odds of that ever happening again, let's just say I should probably start playing the lottery instead. Now here's why I kind of need to rush along. All of my quarantine tanks are stocked full. I haven't had enough time to set up a bunch of them or build many because I'm out here in the gallery getting everything else set up. So I only have about 170 or 200 gallons worth of quarantines, and they are stocked to the rim with fish. I've got to start getting fish out here. I've got to start moving forward because more fish are going to start showing up soon, especially the fish that are coming out to the 2,000-gallon aquarium. I don't have them yet, but they do need to be quarantined, and they're rather large fish, and there's a lot of them, so I'm going to need most of that system. So here's my question to you guys. Do I put the Asian arowana in the 120 as planned with a little stingray and let it grow out a little bit? Really kind of pointless to do that right now. Or do I just go ahead and put him or put her in the 2000 right away? Also with Frank, I know a lot of people are like, oh, I love him in the 2,000-gallon tank, but he exhibits far more personality, and flower horns do far better in smaller aquariums, and you guys will get an idea of that, like what he used to be like in a much smaller tank. But I think he'll love being in a smaller tank again and being able to exhibit far more personality, even though he's pretty cool in here too. But again, I need your guys' thoughts, and I need a lot of feedback immediately. So in the comment section below, please let me know your thoughts on what I got going on here, because tomorrow I'm going to take your feedback and I'm going to apply it to tomorrow's video.